focused, laser focused ways. Now, I tell you also one of the incidents in many NGOs, which is coming to the surface because government putting an act. I'm not going into detailing, but I'm just saying by the foreign funding or etc., which we have all witnessed it in the new amendments. But the whole catch of the surface is many times, which I feel, there have been a lot of restraining to the NGOs, knowingly, unknowingly. Maybe there's right reasons for it, but I believe that we should all come together as a proud citizen of the country and as a government and state government lobbies, how they can help to escalate. We do startup escalations. Why don't we do NGO escalations programs, which medical fraternities adding like yours, Sancheti, and many other places, rehabilitations, can add a lot of value to help and make the ministries understand that how we escalate them and their programs with the right ways of surfacing the results, not always looking in such an analytical way that as it is done with a good intent but misunderstood later. When I say something like that, misunderstood, because there were many people who wants to come out, open new NGOs, they have their withdrawal symptoms and so. They feel it's too much of a task. It's too much of question of integrity. Like I'm talking because in my introduction, you guys say I'm still an entrepreneur. In any merger and acquisition, we do something called due diligence. In NGO, you can also keep a progress, but not do something like you're doubting their integrity many times. I think that is where we have to be very sensitive. People who are dealing with the sensitive masses, they have been sensitive towards their work. Why can't we be sensitive towards the NGOs? That is my, let's say, a very strong reasoning I'm sharing with this through this medium, because it's very it's very famous thing. It's very easy to misunderstand somebody, but it's very difficult to understand somebody. So I think we need to put all together, come together, and in today's time, what India needs or globally needs to understand the NGO and really get our things to the right people within the right frame of time with the maximum impact. I think where we need NGOs to be on the right and a faster track. They're already on the right track. And I also urge to the other NGOs that I request them to please come together also with other NGOs. Not try to hold their own baton at times. Hold it to themselves. I think they should collaborate, because in today's time, collaboration is the biggest asset to accelerate anything. Many times I've seen many NGOs initially have a lot of reservation to collaborate with other NGOs coming together. They can be seen under the same roof, but they're not collaborating to that extent. Where I feel NGOs should also come together, unite in such a way, because it's a very typical thing, Many times we say that things doesn't reach to the right audience or the right people. It's because we are all very scattered. And we are so scattered that many times it doesn't does a deal for us. When I say the deal in terms of impacting people correctly. On that note, I'll pause it here, and if anybody has a question, I'll be happy, because sorry, I'm today's time sensitive, so I have to run also. My apologies in advance.
Thank you so much, sir. Do any participants have any question for sir? So, sir, we have one question from Ms. Shreya. So the question is, are there any more avenues where all of us can come in anonymity and make it a better and a sustainable world?
Yes, you can. You can by Ministry of Health, India. You can always write to them. We can all come together and form a kind of a committee within the, like many times I heard Anita ma'am also saying, other people saying, but there are different functionalities. One thing functionality can be created, like we have like Anganwadi or Asha, like one lady corrected very correctly. Asha is a different thing. So they are things which can be worked out. We have to write to the Ministry of Health and Welfare, where many people would love to have come together, at least do a brainstorming. I'm sure they might be doing it as well. But at this point, if I answer you to the pinpoint, best of my knowledge, at this point, there's no body or committee which allows us to come together and work as a one function. I hope I answered you guys.
Yes, sir. So I do have one question. So since we all know that how NGOs function in India, there are a lot of challenges faced. From your personal experience, can you share any one incident where you came across any challenge which was really very difficult to handle, and how you over overcome it?
Okay, thank you for your question. See, uh, with the NGOs in my personal professional capacity, I never felt any reservation to connect with them. Maybe it's just comes to me organically. So I never felt it. But what I have seen by large, when many organizations connect them, they always try to ask them, what have you done in the past? How impactful you've been. But the way we ask is sometimes is too basic. It's not correctly, the narrative is not correct. Because the way of asking is not correct. And that time, NGOs who are working all hard-heartedly, they get offended very fast. And I don't blame them. But yes, one incident I remember, I'm not like to name the state or NGO. They were doing fantabulous job, and they were doing the job way before. I mean, I could relate how many NGOs, and the way they are still working is beautiful. They're working into artificial limbs, and they're doing a lot of great job. They're still doing a great job. But when there is a lot of chaos in asking, there's a lot of queue in asking, they tend to overlap the right queries. I think they also need to funnel it, format it, the what kind of people are trying to reach them, because they are dealing with a lot of masses. A lot of masses, when I say people who are distressed, they are marginal part of the society. That time I feel NGOs should also have their, a kind of project management kind of thing within themselves. So the right things fall on the right ear. That I think the NGOs needs to practice right now. Very, very rigidly, when especially when they're expanding and they're going pan India.
Thank you, sir. So we have one more question from Ms. Shivangi. Are the NGOs themselves willing to hire the persons with disabilities in their own setup as their team members, or are they aimed only to provide services to the persons with disabilities?
Lovely question. This gives me opportunity to speak something more on that in a different manner also. So
Definitely.
there are many NGOs in India in today's current time who are doing fantabulous job, are actually social enterprises. At the cover page, they are NGO. When you open the book, they are social enterprises. So the reason I what I said is that NGOs normally have people who are with them in the back office, mostly different table. I've seen maximum, maximum I've seen. They have the intent to, first set an example, and then I've seen many founders who are differently able. And I am just so happy because they are the representative of that marginal part of the society. They are in tune with a lot of things. They don't need to be taught. They are organically known. It comes to them naturally. It's not they have to go through a journey to understand. They have in the journey. They understand already everything. So many NGOs do hire, but even if they don't hire, you cannot doubt their integrity. See, this is what I'm trying to say. If you challenge somebody at the bay, sitting at the bay, is very convenient. Don't do that. I'm not saying you should not, but how you ask it. If you're asking in a disrespectful manner or anyways, like I said, again, I'm repeating even when we do for a company due diligence, we are not offensive. If you're being offensive, person will be defensive. So what you have to say, but yes, many organizations who are only doing social enterprises, who are in NGOs as well, they are having a dual mode. That time I feel they are not hiring differently able people. They should not be in the system. But yes, answer to your question, yes, many NGOs and even many social enterprises are very proudly are having differently able people as their workforce, because that's a tomorrow's workforce. I always say that.
Very rightly said, sir. So we have one more question. So how does your experience, your own experience working with NGOs inform the significance of physiotherapists and the common man in empowering, promoting independence for the overall well-being of the organizational's mission?
This is a very lengthy question. I think it can be broken into two parts.
Yes, sir, definitely. So the first question goes, how does your experience working with NGOs inform the significance of physiotherapists?
For me, NGO is, if I take the liberty, just to give an example, nothing to put anybody in a category or something.
Yes.
For me, they are the light in the dark. They're the stick for a blind man. They help me to navigate so correctly in the society. They tell me those things which I never could have even imagined. And I really appreciate. So my experience with NGO is always with gratitude. Even if I have my differences, opinion with them, is always with the gratitude. Because what they have done in our society for last more than 22 decades, what I can understand and recall and experience it is really full of gratitude. So on that, I guess I answered. The significance of the physiotherapist, right? And a common man in empowering, right? Promoting.
Yes, sir.
Overall. See, there's something called, I'll just divert for 30 seconds this topic. There's something called every organization, small, medium size, is all going through a something called work-life balance or invisible disabilities. So I believe in my time there was a subject called, civic studies. I think in academics now is the high time, because under the very powerful government of India, which we are having right now, and they're doing fantastic job in many arenas. Uh, I think they should make it sure the future generations get two topics: how to have a mental well-being. So we all are our own physiotherapist or psychological, we at least know how to just spell out if we have a problem. The problem people who have the issues with the mental illness or anything, well, they don't know how to go even confront to a physiotherapist or psychologist or whatever. That is one thing. And when you need to empower anything, you need to empower the masses. So the new generation you can only empower when you teach them. So what I think there should be a syllabus of one chapter of how NGO works, and what are the empowerment of the marginal part of society required. So I think that ways what we cannot do right now for our generations, because we are already wired, we are already seasoned people, we are maybe casted in our knowingly unknowingly. But the future generation will be more sensitive, more correctly understood, and they will amplify where we could not amplify it. Any other questions? You're on a mute if you're speaking, just for your FYI.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for letting me know. So, coming to the second part of the question, it says, how was your experience with terms with common man in empowering, promoting independence for the overall well-being?
Uh, in the overall well-being with the organization.
Mission.
Okay. Thank you for helping me with the second one. I missed it. Thank you so much. So I believe there are three types of people are there in any organization who want to empower. And I say three rings. The people in the inner ring, they are really want to be enabler, amplify everything. Then there's an outer room where they're confused. They're not sure whether they can add a value. They understand it. And there's another people in the outer ring who don't even understand it because they don't find this important. So always I'd say connect with your first inner ring. People who comes with you the right query, even their right question not wrong, not rightly put it, but help them to answer them. There are people who are confused, they understand, but they don't understand you. So, and the third ring will automatically will attract these by these two rings. when they are functionally correctly. So when a single person want to empower or any organization wants to empower, anything come together, it doesn't has to be a top-down approach. Many people say, I'm not saying they're wrong, but I always say never top-down approach or down-to-up approach. It's always you take that what is in there for me. If you look and address everybody to be a participant of it, you have to understand what is there for me. And we can spell it out. Like in DNI, I always do that. I try to, I know it's not a very, not a word people relate to. I always talk about ROI. If you understand what you will get after empowering people individually and what they will do individually and can empower the society or the organization, oh, trust me, many things will be done without even moving your eyebrow up. So it's about what is there for me. That is the one question which we need to answer, especially the leaders, thought leaders, the people who are in this field, from NGO to DNI leaders, or the ministries and people who are working in different part of empowering different. If they can decode that and simplify the masses, then there is something it's unbelievable. I mean, you and me cannot even imagine. But trust me, everybody wants to do a good thing. Trust me. Everybody wants to, what I've observed, we all have good intentions. And the beautiful part is when you do something for good for anybody and the pat you get on your back, even if you don't get it, but pat you get, it has a different value than any kind of accolade or prize or anything, for even for a common man.
Very rightly said, sir. Uh, Lastly, I would like to say thank you, sir, for taking out time for our session, since it was 3rd of December is observed as International Day for Persons with Disability. So I was completely occupied, but he somehow managed to take some time for our session. I would like to extend my heartiest gratitude for your valuable time, sir. Thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you for having me. And like I said, me and Sanchiti's relation go a lot of back because of my own osteogenesis imperfect bones disability. I have my utter gratitude for all the medical institutions like yours. And being in the Pune, I really, really have very high regard for Mr. Dr. Senior Sancheti. I had a privilege of interacting with him. And I take this opportunity as a very small person to wish you guys all the best about the great work you guys are doing in your rehabilitation center and everybody. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
Thank you, sir. So now I'll be handing over the mic to our HOD, Professor Dr. Suroshri Mitra ma'am, to please conclude with the event and give a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shivani. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes. So on behalf of Sancheti Institute of Orthopaedics and Rehabilitation College of Physiotherapy Management and entire Department of Community Physiotherapy, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our speakers who made this symposium so full of knowledge sharing on the subject of perspectives towards disability from dysfunction to function. The words shared by our speakers today will surely be going to encourage us all to work towards outcome-based physiotherapy in the field of community rehabilitation, which is core CBR. I thank Dr. Saumin Gupta, Dr. Dhruv Dave, Dr. Rahul Maid, Dr. Ketan Kapoor, our ICF panelists, Dr. Alaknanda, Dr. Snehal, Dr. Suvarna, and Dr. Apurva, our Access Equity Towards Barrier-Free Environment debate panelists, Dr. Kavita, Dr. Siddhi, Dr. Sham, Dr. Vidya, Dr. Divya, and Dr. Anita, and also Dr. Vakar to have moderated the session. And last but not the least, our alumni, Dr. Asha Sheikh. No initiative is successful without the support of our super supportive and encouraging principal, sir, Dr. Apurva Shimpi. We thank Dr. Venu Mohan and Dr. Amruta Ekbote for the technical assistance today. Most importantly, we thank all the enthusiastic academicians and the students who have registered for our symposium. Hope we take the take-home messages ahead and build a better and more inclusive environment for the people and children with special abilities. So finally, signing off, our rehabilitation team, Dr. Shivani, Dr. Suroshri, and Dr. Fareed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So lastly, we'll be soon sharing the feedback form on the group itself, requesting all of you to please fill the feedback form so that next time we improvise ourselves and come up with more such events. Thank you.